Hey guys, how you doing today? We're here at the North Carolina Transportation Museum looking at some classic cars in here. And this is an electric car actually. People think, Elon Musk designing the future with electric cars. Believe it or not though, this was built in 1918. So electric cars are not a new thing. But gasoline, the combustion engine, just became a far more economical route to take for mass production. And therefore, that's what took over. You can see some awesome cars here. And this is actually steam locomoted. And obviously was not practical for modern use, but it's pretty interesting. And you got a Ford Model R, 1907. And look at it, that thing is a work of art. It's just beautiful. And you had to crank start it. You know, people nowadays wouldn't know what that is, but you actually had to crank start to get that engine going. There's an old Buick. You just have some amazing cars here. I mean, amazing. Look at that truck. And a flatbed truck, a worker's truck. Very nice cars. Let's go over here. They actually took out one of my favorite cars they had here, unfortunately. But we'll go around the corner, and this thing, fully restored, and that is beautiful. That's a nice truck. And here we have a Lincoln Continental 1948. Not as old as the other cars, but look at that. See any seatbelts in there? Nope. That people don't realize, back then that wasn't a thing. You could go bouncing around those back seats as a kid. Here we have Nash Motors, which actually I'm not familiar with. This is a newer car that they have here, and I'm gonna have to read up on it and do some research on it, but it is very nice, and I'm liking that interior a lot. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I do enjoy that interior. They had an old Ford Mustang in here. That was my favorite car they had, but unfortunately it is gone. But it was a beauty. But they have another Ford Mustang over here, a blue one, and I'll show you that in a second. Right here, you have a 1959 Corsair, so that's pretty neat. There's an old Studebaker. That's a classic car right there. Right here, 1964 and a half Ford Mustang convertible. Now they had a cherry red one of these that was fully restored and just beautiful. Not that this car isn't. Not a huge fan of that interior though. It's a blue interior, not my thing. But still, and this is back when muscle cars just had that iconic look. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like some of the cars nowadays too. They're very stylish, very neat, but I just appreciate the feel of it, especially, you felt the engine, the power. I mean, nowadays people want the opposite. You don't want to hear the engine, you don't want to feel the power, you want a nice smooth ride. Although to be honest, if they had the choice back then, they would have chosen the same thing. So I really can't. Oh, look at this. Now this used to be in the main body shop with the old buses and the planes. But this thing is a 1913 Model T Speedster. Now look at that. Can you imagine cruising down the highway in that? There's a little trunk back there to actually store stuff in. You had to strap it down. The thing is very nice though. This is the original touring configuration, but it has been modified. You can see it's a very nice car. And that's just a look around the little couple classic cars that they have here at the Transportation Museum. You got some old license plates out here as well. I just think that, we've gone away a little bit from the craftsmanship that it used to be. It used to be more important to have just quality products, that lasted. And I think, unfortunately, today's generation, people like my son, don't get to appreciate the quality that used to be in each thing. I mean, the amount of time it took to build this stuff and the pride that the people had that built it. And, now it's just everything's mass produced and it's cheaper. And now that has meant that more people can afford more things. So don't get me wrong. It's not that it's not a benefit to society, but, we do miss out something. There's trade-offs. So here's some coaches out here. And these are ones that they have restored the inside of. The outside is not fully restored yet, but they do events here, like eating with the Easter Bunny, having breakfast with the Easter Bunny, having breakfast with Sir Topham Hatt when they do the Thomas and Trains events. So it is restored inside. We actually haven't done any of the breakfast events. We go to every single event they have here. Or at least we try to. We usually hit every one of them. But we haven't done any of the breakfast ones. And I think next time we're going to try. And as you can see in here, well, you can kind of see it because of the glare. Sorry about that. But they actually have a area over here too, a little sand pit area for kids to play with. Liam absolutely loves it. Oh, they had the window open in here. Hang on. Let's see if we can see inside here. They don't have the other door open though. That's all right. All right, guys. Well, that's all I'm going to do on this video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to like and subscribe. And you guys all have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.